Morning, everybody. Once again, Shajulev is all covered up. Girls, sorry. See if I can see her here. There she is. Good morning. She says, good morning. We're here in front of Deep Gap Shelter, getting ready to head down to Dix Creek Gap. Anyway, it's a great day. Beautiful view. 4 miles. I'll show you the map, the elevation, and let you see where we're headed. Everybody have a blessed day. Yeah, get out and hike. Just find a dry spot. Trust me. You don't want to be in the cold and the rain unless you have to. The plan is that I am waiting for Grumpy, so I'm going to get a rental car and go visit my aunt and uncle for a few days and then come back and head out of Dix Creek with Grumpy when he gets here. That's the plan, so it'll still be raining, and but then both of us will have somebody to encourage each other, so that'll be a big help, at least to get to Franklin, and then we'll decide at that point whether he's already built enough muscle he's going to be faster and needs to go on, or if we're going to continue hiking days together. I don't know. I figure his muscles will probably build faster than mine. There's a shelf. Got a little bench on this side. A little information booth thing. Place to sit and eat over here on this side, under cover. And same thing on the other. There's the fire ring. Steps down. This one high shelf over here. And got my headlamp on so you can kind of see. It's a pretty well built shelter. It was nice having these doors because of the rain. And then this takes you up to the second level where the boys slept last night. Probation termination, and wow, can't believe I'm still having trouble remembering his trail name. It's so cool. And when you look out, we got the rain this morning. Privy over that way, bear box over there, going out to the trail over there. Be a nice place in nice weather. All right, so we're leaving Deep Gap Shelter. Got a little up to the trail and then a little fairly steep up, it looks like. And then a loop up, a down and up, and then down, 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 down. Another slight little up with a bump, and then down to Dix Creek Gap. And 1, 2, 3, right at 4 miles when you count the 3/10 back to the trail. These miles down here are not right, they're from last year. Anyway, so it's wet, there may be rocks, so it still could be pretty slow, or it could be just trail and be pretty quick. We'll see. That downhill does not look as steep. It is almost 1,000 feet, same as this was 800 up, but as you can see, this was in a mile, and this one is over almost a mile, 0.6 or something like that, so down to Moreland Gap. So anyway, we'll see how it goes. And this uphill coming up the AT from the Deep Gap trailhead is fairly steep. Just a little bit of rocks. It's about a mile up to Powell Mountain. Only about 400 feet. My legs are feeling a little weak today, so we'll just take this nice and slow and enjoy our views along the way. It is really pretty and cool, you know, when it's not raining and it's just, you're in a cloud. Very cool looking. Well, I'm finally hungry, so I'm sitting on a rock to eat. The Lenny and Larry's Complete Cookie. 16 grams protein per cookie. Really big. Tastes pretty good. 360 calories with 12 grams of fat, 48 grams of carbs, and 16 grams of protein. So hopefully that will give me a little boost to finish getting up this hill. I just couldn't eat this morning. Started on this and couldn't finish it, so I'm going to try to finish it now. Well, I decided something about hiking in this kind of a environment that goes on for days and days. I think the solo hiker, of course I'm soloing here for like a week or whatever, but I did meet up with some people for several days. Last couple of days on my own. And on all the days when I'm hiking, I'm totally alone because everybody goes faster than me. But anyway, the solo through hiker who never gets hooked in with other people in an environment like this that we're hiking in, it's really hard to inspire yourself day after day after day. So that's kind of what I've decided. I'm looking forward to Grumpy being here and, having someone to encourage him. He encouraged me. I think that makes a huge difference. And just a word to those that are getting ready to come along, solo hikers. I know some people really like to be alone all the time, and I enjoy being alone, and I normally don't mind hiking alone. But when the conditions get hairy or messy, and it goes on and on and on, that's when it would really be helpful to have other people to kind of help pass the time a little bit, encourage you, you encourage them. So I'm doing okay, but that's what I've learned. And this hill I'm just really tired and weak today, so my legs are really weak. I've eaten protein, I've drunk my Gatorade, done everything I know to do, rolled my legs out this morning, and they're just weak. So it's going really slow, but once I get to the top of this and start down and see the end in sight, I'm sure it'll perk me up a little bit. The weather's not really bothering me that much. Like I said, I kind of enjoy being in this stuff. Anyway, we're going to be all right. We're not going anywhere. Well, except for a few days to visit my aunt and uncle, but we'll be right back, keeping going forward. All right, finally made it in that first mile. This is the sub vista, I guess, of Powell Mountain. It's about 1/10 of a mile up there. Even as tired as I am, if I could see anything when I got up there, I would go. But it's going to look just like this. So, given how tired I am, I don't need to do it just to prove I can do it. And I do have a bit of a schedule this afternoon, so it's not going to put in an extra 2/10 of a mile. I don't think so, not at this point, so we'll just keep on keeping on. I think I'm going to go down a little bit and then back up to about the same elevation. And so we're going to go down to McClure Gap and then back up a little bit and then start down again. And that's 3/10 of a mile, I think, till we hit the next little up point before we start down. And then at that point, we'll look and see what we have next. Well, I hope I haven't sounded depressed, because I'm not depressed, I'm just weak. And anyway, I figured I'd throw in some good news. It's all good to be out here. Again, we all try to stay positive because negativity can take you down for good. And even though everything in us is saying, this is awful, and this is what that word that I can't fix my mouth to say, it definitely is like that. But anyway, the trail is not slippery, even with all this water and mud. It's like this black dirt that's just almost like a sponge. So the easy downhill like this is great. Got to watch and not step on roots, but anyway, I think it may be steeper up ahead. There may be rocks, but for right now, so far, and there's been one or two big rock steps going up, one or two coming down, but for the most part, it's just been really good trail that is not being massively affected by all this rain, which is pretty phenomenal. To me anyway. I don't, I'm very ignorant about all this stuff. I don't know that much about how they would make that happen or whatever. Slopes and mountains and all that. But so, a little bit of a cheerful note there. And as we continue on down, I think I'm just feeling better because I'm not going up that hill anymore. And that was getting a little frustrating just because my legs were so weak. I was just thinking, you tend to think, wow, am I always going to be like this? When am I going to get stronger? Why am I still this weak? Why am I weaker today than I was yesterday? All these things keep going through your mind, which again is a benefit of having a partner, hiking partner, so you can talk about other things and not get sucked into dwelling on the things that are tough. Anyway, we're going to be fine. Appalachian Trail isn't going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. And if I'd been going uphill, I'd take a minute and sit there a minute, but since I've been going down, I guess I don't need to. But look, I'm getting ready to go up again. So now we're going to do that little climb up. Hopefully after that, we'll have some downhill. And once again, there's our wonderful view today. Feel like you're in a movie set. Pretty cool. And I'll tell you another good thing. A subscriber had suggested vinyl gloves under my Possum Down Z-Pax gloves to give another layer. And I thought that was a good idea, and I got to thinking about it. Thought, well, why not get vinyl gloves big enough and put them on over? So I did that. And my Z-Pax gloves were actually still wet, but this is keeping me warm up here. Now, that might be okay anyway. My ears and nose are not cold. But the good thing is, these work on my cell phone and camera and gut hooks, so I don't have to take the glove off in order to use the screen. So that's the really cool thing about it. So, there you go. Up the hill we go. So what I've learned to do for me when I'm going up a climb like this and I'm having a tough time like I am today, and like I was yesterday afternoon, a really tough time, is pick a spot 30 feet out and try not to look all the way up there, but just look at the spot 30 feet out. I can make it to that spot, rest for 10 seconds, 15 seconds, and then pick the next spot. And eventually you get there. It's like, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, right? Well, how do you climb a steep hill, or any hill for that matter, when your body is pretty weak and giving you a bit of a hard time? Or your pack's just too heavy, or you're just slow anyway, or you're just starting out, or you're very fit and it's just a bum kicker hill and it's really messing with you. Anyway, works for me. Well, this is actually making me chuckle a little bit. Every time I start going uphill, my attitude just starts getting like, oh, woe is me. Oh my gosh, this is too hard for me. I'm too old. I'm too tired. My muscles are too weak. I'm never going to quit, but this is going to be so hard. Oh gosh. And then I start going downhill and it's like, oh, this is such a great day. Look, it's so cool out here. This is the coolest place. Look at all the fog. Isn't it really cool? So needless to say, they say your emotions go up and down and up and down. Well, mine seem to be going down with the ups and up with the downs. So this down is really an easy down so far. I mean, this is great. You couldn't ask for a better trail to do a downhill on, or an uphill for that matter. Anyway, I just thought that was kind of humorous. So, emotions going down with the ups and ups with the down, up with the downs, and careful not to slip here. shuttle driver's gonna meet me at Dix Creek Gap, take me by top of Georgia. If you live in Georgia, it's Georgia, not Georgia. Where I'm from in Florida, it's Georgia. But up here, it's Georgia. Anyway, I only know that because my family's from Georgia. My mother was from Georgia. And I think I'm getting, what's the term? Slap happy? Definitely tired. But anyway, it's funny. If I were to get to a point where I was like, oh, I can't do this anymore and I quit, I know what I would do. Even if I went home, the sun would come out and I would be, I gotta go hike. I just gotta get back on the trail. So what I think is that if I were an absolute solo, totally traditional thru hiker, at my age, what I would probably do at this point is just wait until, and I know you're going to have rain. And I know you're going to have rain and cold, and all that stuff. But with this long term, just rain, and cold, potential hypothermia for me kind of stuff, I would probably just wait a couple of weeks or whatever. I wouldn't want to do that because, as I've stated, when that bubble hits and catches me, I'm going to be stepping aside so much it's going to make me even slower. So that was a big part of the reason I wanted to come out early. And I really was prepared for 20s, teens, snow, ice. Got my micro spikes back there. And it's not that I'm not prepared for this. I'm prepared, but there's no way to prepare really for day in and day out. You know, Spielberg was in the 2016s when they had that 52 days straight of rain. And Ryan Johnson's the one that counted it. And it wasn't that it rained all day, every day for 52 days. But when he was counting it, every day had some rain for 52 days. And he was fast like early riser. I think he was off trail in like 110, 112, 114 days, something like that. So half of his hiking time on the Appalachian Trail, he had rainy days. And, that's not even counting other days he had rain. That's just in a row, 52 days. So we really don't have anything to complain about yet. And today's day one because yesterday it didn't rain. So there you go. Nothing to complain about out here, right? So these little uphills, they don't make my attitude go back in the toilet, but so I'm going to stay cheerful over this one. But anyway, I guess I'm talking to you because I don't have anybody else out here to talk to. And I'm thinking if I talk to somebody, it'll help me. Especially if I had somebody I needed to cheer up. That's when I do my best. I stay a lot more cheerful when I'm having to pull somebody else along. It's harder to pull myself along than it is to pull others along, I'm sort of discovering, but I'm going to be fine. I'm going to keep going. I need a crane to get me over this log. Okay. See you in a bit. And I believe we're coming into Moreland Gap. This is letting you know there's water. Down that way. And we're going this way. And we got a little bit over a mile and about 350 feet down. Might have a few little ups in there, but nothing to speak of. Pick up boxes, get to the McDonald's in Hiawassee where the Enterprise people are supposed to pick me up. And normally I would say I'm going to go to a local diner, but I guess I'm going to go to a local McDonald's. And yes, I'm definitely going to have a hamburger. Love hamburgers from local diners. It's one of my favorite things to do. And other things they might have too, but especially hamburgers. Love the local diners. So McDonald's will suffice since that's where he said he wants to pick me up. So anyway, we'll see you at the bottom. Okay, we're coming up on Dix Creek Gap. And hopefully got a shuttle driver waiting out here or going to be here shortly. I may check in later from my aunt and uncle's house. Trail angels extraordinaire, even though they're about 120 miles from here. The definition of true family is what they are. Haven't seen them in probably close to a year. They're only about 10 years older than me, if that. I can't remember exactly, but anyway, very special people to me, and I'm really looking forward to spending a few days with them while I wait for Grumpy. So I think this will be the best option of, put your head up, girls, so everybody can see you. The girls want to see you. I know they do. Anyway, of all the options I thought about. So, God bless everyone. Have a blessed day. Get out and hike. Favorite picture for a thru hiker? The food they get to eat when they're in Tampa. Huddle House. Philly cheesesteak sandwich, tater tots. And for me, Diet Coke, just because I like the flavor better. Yum yum.